Welcome to the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.
Wow, man, I've been waiting for you to get into our Sports Hub, man. It's so good to see you. Wesley Green of the Eustis High School basketball team. Boys, let me clarify, boys.
I'm not Sean.
You're not Sean?
I don't do all that work. He do girls and boys. He's amazing, though, but I can't do all that.
Well, welcome. It's so good for you to be here. We grew up together, and I've been anticipating for this interview. For those of you tuning in, welcome to Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics, and also Plaza Cadillac and Plaza Lincoln. I'm your host, Fred Griffin Jr. Let's dive right on in, man, because you all have been already starting off on a great foot.
Correct.
Let's back up to last week, because I know you all had a little jamboree game, I call it, last week. Who did y'all play last week?
We played Trinity Catholic out of Ocala at Leesburg. Sean always does a great job hosting us at the beginning of the year for our jamboree, so we came over and played Trinity Catholic last Friday.
Okay, and I see you already conditioned them guys already from the summer. I paid close attention.
Yes, sir.
But just to see them going up and down that court and just have that momentum.
Correct.
How does that look, started from the summer to build up where you are now?
Well, to be honest with you, we started back in April. Soon as the season was over, we lost in the Final Four March 4th. By April 1st, we were back working out.
Oh.
Correct. So we have a very extensive program. Correct is a program. So to give y'all a little backdrop, we bring our JV kids in early, 8th graders from Eustis Middle School. If they're coming to Eustis High School, we bring them in early. And then we run our own summer league. We take them to camp. We do all these things with them. We do individual drills. We introduce them to weights, conditioning, all those things in one day to start getting them ready to be a part of the program. I have an immaculate administration and Tracy Clark. Then my ADs, Coach Burgess and Coach Kelsey Bruton, who coaches the girls. You know, they are phenomenal. Right. You know, they give us access to the gym, weight room, track, whatever we need to do to build a program. And I think that without them, we wouldn't be where we are right now.
Right. And you said something very incredible. You start conditioning in the spring.
Correct.
Soon as basketball season is over,
Correct.
You already jumping back in, so you're not waiting until the season starts.
No, we can't do that. You know, to have a program, you know, you got to start early. You know what I'm saying? It's like even my kids know that if practice started at 4 o'clock, they got to be there by 3:45. 3:46, they're late.
Discipline.
Correct. And so, you know, I don't try to prepare them for the real world, because one day they'll get a job.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I want them to know that, hey, if you got a shift change, you need to be there early to find out what happened on your shift change. If you don't be there early, you don't know what could have happened.
That's true.
It could have been something bad going on the second floor, and you don't know about it, and you walk into it. That's no longer their fault because you wasn't there at shift exchange. So, you know, I try to preach to them, get there early, do their job early.
Right. And that's good. Let's back up a little bit, because I know you are an alumni. Even though when I pulled up, you was like, yeah, I know you ain't from Eustis no more. You from
Yeah.
From Leesburg.
Correct.
But
I'm just giving you a hard time.
you're just giving me a hard time.
sir.
But like, let's go back to your childhood and I know it built you to a moment
Correct.
to get the kids conditioned.
Correct.
How does that look now from where you were to going off to college to come back now coaching? This is what your
Started my 7th year this year.
7th year
Correct.
coaching, and looking at the landscape of just being back in that gym. That's home.
Correct.
With your father conditioning you. Let's go. We're going way back. I'm going to pull some things out.
Correct.
Because a lot of people, I think, they look at you now and see how successful you are.
Yes, sir.
But they don't know the roots on how you got to where you are now.
Correct.
So let's take us back a little bit, just for a little moment.
All right. Well, first, everything starts with my grandmother Johnson. My grandma Johnson is the matriarch of this whole situation. She raised 3 kids that was doctors, two cardiologists, and one a nurse practitioner, and my Aunt Carmen, who has deceased now, but she's the matriarch in the plan of this whole situation, believe it or not. She stressed education to us from day one. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I can remember now just every day homework before we go out and play basketball. I mean, you don't get that work done, ain't no basketball. It all tied together. And so she made sure I understood that part first. So we most got to give her the most credit for starting out our foundation with education and discipline. Our next thing is, my father came from Eustis, Florida also. He had a dream and a goal, and he achieved that goal to the highest level. He's a first round 12 pick in the 85 draft. He played at Wake Forest University, so his success has been going for forever. And, whether his career went where he wanted to or not, he still made it.
Right.
And like I try to tell my kids all the time, it's better to have been a has-been than it never was. There's a lot of people with dreams that never made it or accomplished those dreams because they didn't have the fortitude to understand the discipline and structure that they need.
That's right.
So that's where that part comes from. My grandma started everything, which is my mother's grandmother. Mm-hmm. The second thing is the Board of Education, what my grandma called it. And the Board of Education is, if you don't do right, she beat you behind. And some of these kids don't have that now.
Yes,
and it's the discipline of that situation. But my grandmother is the matriarch and the foundation of everything that me and my siblings have accomplished. Then my mama. My mom is amazing. My mom is, I'll be here all day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The sacrifices she made for us are tremendous. Oh, yeah, she don't miss a game.
Very.
And so, once I became head coach, she took over everything, whether it's cooking for the boys, feeding the boys, whatever she needs to do, she plays her part in our situation. And so that's my biggest thing. Like, I can deal with the world with no problem, but my mother saying she disappointed me will break me down more than anything because, all I have done is try to make sure that I have represented her
That's right.
in the right way.
Yeah.
How I handle myself in the community, how I handle myself with people, it's all about from her. Mm-hmm. Then my sisters play a role too. My sisters help with tutoring. I got a sister, Jakar, that's an admin at Lake Mary now, but she helps with tutoring if I need it. If our kids can't understand something, he need extra help, she comes step in and still fill the void. So my sister Bianca does whatever I need her to do on the back end, whether to run the concession stand, running the door, whatever the situation is, we have made it a family. And all of us went to Eustis, so Eustis is a little different for us because we all played. Well, I played there, my father played there, my mother played there. Yeah. And so we Eustis through and through. Like I'm giving you a hard time about you from Leesburg now, but you understand that blue and gold.
That's right.
It's everything.
Rooted.
You hear me? From day one. You know what I'm saying? So now my past experiences being a Eustis alum and loving Eustis basketball since back in the days when Bill Perry, Bavis McCoy played football, right. Which is, all those guys, playing at the lake with those guys. When I was younger, they were still playing for Antoine Douglas, Sean Cummins, which was one of my assistant coaches. And so we just built Eustis tough. My whole coaching staff is all Eustis alumni. So everybody is invested in Eustis.
That's what I'm finna get ready to say with your staff and coach. Just looking back to when they played to
Correct.
Where they are now is backing you up.
Correct.
And like I say, just looking at it from the alumni perspective, at the end of the day, they are all Panthers.
Correct.
They ground rooted in Eustis.
Correct.
They know the families. They know the students, and that's historical by itself.
Correct.
Because you don't often see that. So I just want to make sure that we put a pin right there because oftentimes we don't get that.
No more because the parents have made it so toxic now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they want to control your program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I tell anybody, when y'all come here, I don't talk to parents.
Yeah.
Not in a disrespectful way, but it's just that we have nothing to talk about unless a kid is hurting. Something private's going on that I need to make sure I text him a little bit more and check on him and make sure he's okay. Or if they lost a family member, those are things that, okay, call my phone. But if you call me about playing time, don't call my phone.
Say don't call.
No, because everything's earned. And a lot of times now we have gotten away from earning things. You know what I mean? It don't make you a bad person, because we all love our children. My mama loved me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she never gave me anything. She's never called my coach. She's never had a meeting with my coach about nothing. If I was like, I ain't get enough shots. Well, did the kid make all the shots on your side? No, man. Well, rebound the ball and put it back in then. That's the end of our conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even my father, we would. Only time people think that we have such a tough relationship, but what they don't understand is that the only time he really got upset is that if I messed up in school. That's the only time my dad ever got on me is about school. Never basketball. Because we're going to do that part. We're going to go, he's going to be on a bicycle. I'm going to run Eustis. We're going to leave there. We're going to go play work out at the park. Then I'm going to play with the older guys until, it's time for me to go home. Right. And so, that's how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? I would never, ever tell a lie to my father that he ever got mad at me about basketball ever.
And
Everything's about
I'm
school.
glad you said that, because conditioning wise, now seeing you grow up being
Correct.
conditioned, and now how you're developing the students,
Correct.
Your athletes, it goes hand in hand.
Correct.
That shows the capability not only off the court but on the court.
Yes, sir.
Because when I saw them on Friday running up and down that court, not once did I see they were out of breath or wanted to give up.
Correct.
The other team, on the other hand, it was like, huffing and
Yeah,
puffing.
because it's keep coming. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But conditioning is everything. You know, it's the same thing with life. When we eat bad food, we feel bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when we eat fast food all the time, our body is not as much energy to have. But when we getting fruits and vegetables and, you know, eating the right protein, we ready to go all day. You know, so I learned that at a young age, is that about being in shape. You know, I hated running, but I love winning. You know, I love the accolades that came with the running, but I hated it. Like, my daddy would be on the bike. We would go from my house all the way up, right down Gelford, past your grandma's house. Then we go through the projects. We go back up top by my young son, come back down McDonald. And, you know, I hated those days. I would never lie and get on here and tell a lie. But those days is what made me shine when the lights came on.
Well, Coach, hold that thought while we take a quick commercial break.
Is pain or restricted range of motion keeping you on the sidelines? Get back in the game with expert orthopedic care from UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics provides robotic-assisted surgical joint repairs and replacements, post-operative care, and inpatient rehabilitation services, all close to home, right here in Lake and Sumter counties. And for those unexpected injuries, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics offers convenient walk-in and same-day appointments. To learn more or to schedule an appointment with one of their specialists, call 352-323-5665.
We're back with Eustis High School basketball coach, the head coach of the boys team.
Yes, sir.
All right. So with the team that you're developing on this year, you lost a couple major players last.
Correct. Correct. So let me get from the beginning. So Bradley Douglas is our patriarch. He started this. You know what I'm saying? He was my first child I took up under my wing. He had great parents that got out the way and let me push him to the brink, and now he's reaping the success of the work right now. He's been Player of the Year, All-American. He plays at James Madison University right now. He just had 22 points last night as we having this interview. So I stay in touch with all of my kids, and then so that's where he started this whole situation. You know what I mean? His hard work, and then the other kids who came behind him who had college dreams that came and put the work in. So now, you know, we got 10 kids playing college basketball right now at some level. Starting with Brad as the first one, and then that I've produced, and then we continue so on and so on. College is a huge conversation with all my kids, whether it's getting a trade when they get done with high school, going to the military. We talk about these options early. And so they can't say I didn't give them the information to figure out what they want to do. If you're going to put your eggs all in the basketball basket, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But you got to put your eggs all in the basket, too, with the education part, because they go hand in hand.
For the get ready to say,
They go hand in hand.
Education, you
know.
gotta.
So I couldn't be who I am without talking about education. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I got two degrees, so I'm a huge believer in education. You know what I mean? And so I try to tell them about those things first, and then we put the basketball part together. So when you start this journey trying to build a program, it has to start with a foundation. And it can't be built on water. It can't be built on muddy land. It got to be built on strong foundation.
That's good.
You hear me?
Strong foundation.
You're correct. And so we had to make some tough choices early as I started my coaching career, because coaching and playing is two different worlds. And I had to figure that part out. Bradley really made me a bad coach because he covered up everything that I didn't understand at the time.
So that was the mistake part.
That's for me.
Yeah.
I would never, you know, so Brad covered so much up for us that when he left, it got exposed. And a part of that was me. And then my second year, COVID hit. And so we was unable to do the thing we needed to do. So some of those kids didn't get the opportunity that they deserve to play college basketball because of COVID.
So you think that was more like a regroup for you?
Correct. That was me to reevaluate my program. Correct. And so after that COVID year, you know, I had to make some tough decisions. and I did, and it kind of did different things to me personally, but I had to make tough decisions.
Yeah.
And so now the group that I just lost this year from seniors, Lomar Sparrow, Cornelius Hines, Tim Key, Andrew Riley, those kids was part of the rebuild of our program. And so when we started back low Duke freshman year, we was getting out behind beat on every corner. You hear me?
Yeah.
And so, but we hit through those growing pains together, and those kids never quit. Their parents never say, "Oh, let's leave, let's transfer." Then your sister, of course, brought Javion back to us for his junior and senior year, and after that, we just took off. You know what I'm saying? We started success, and everybody worked hard, and none of those parents got in the way of our success because they all knew that it's about winning.
It's about the winning.
That's all it is. And so we were able to. So after that group with Brad and all them, Javion kicked off our next. Him and Nashawn. I'm sorry if I forgot about Nashawn. His dad played Eustis also. His mama went to Eustis also, so he Eustis kids. So him and Javion them started the next batch of college kids. So
village.
There you go. There you go. So nobody mama wanted them to leave because it wasn't going well at the time. We just had to continue to build. And so Javion and Nashawn them started the next bunch off of kids at college. Then here come Low Duke, Tim, and Andrew, and all of them now playing college basketball. So the success of the program all begins with Bradley Douglas. For me, my time at Eustis High School, I got to speak for that part. From Brad to now, this last group we just had, because they set how we going to go about our business every day. So when you see these new kids who come in here, the next bunch coming up, they have bought in to what their seniors and their juniors. And then when Brad comes home, he come home and work out with them. He come home and do everything that they do, whether we're on the track, weight room, or whatever.
Right.
So he's still being the patriarch of our program.
Right.
Even right now. You know what I'm saying? He texts the kids. I don't got to tell him about that. He telling them, hey, man, just make good decisions, work hard every day. It's going to happen for you.
Because he know firsthand, what
There
really
you go.
worked.
Yep.
And that's good that you mentioned that it was a trial and error for you.
Correct.
And you learned that.
Correct.
Now, with some injuries, because I know you done had some kids with injuries along
Correct.
the way, and shout out to our proud sponsor, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.
Correct.
How did that look? Because you have key players that you had to basically sit out, but also manage the rest of the group.
Correct. So that's what made their sophomore year real rocky. Jay got hurt, Deshaun got hurt, Kareem got hurt. It was just always something, and we didn't get everybody back to the end of the year, and by then, season getting ready to be over. And so, managing those situations was because we thought we was ready that sophomore year, which would have been Javion's junior year. But didn't work out for us like that. Javion's senior year, we busted like a rocket. I think we went 22-4 that year, lost 4 losses. And so it just was the momentum build to what we just did this year, making it to the Final Four, because all those kids stuck together and stuck to the plan. Because your mood gonna change.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when the mood change, you got to remember the principles and goals that we made from the day one. Right. So if I give you my handshake and say, hey, Fred, I'm coming to do the interview at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever time you say, if I can't do it, I pick up the phone and say, hey, Fred, I can't come at this time. Can we do another day?
There you go.
Because that's respecting of your situation and your time.
Your time.
You know what I'm saying? Because time is something we can't get back.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I can tell the kids all the time, I can remember when I was in college, vividly. I can remember when I was in middle school, vividly. Here we are now on the other side of 40. And, so time flies. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, anytime. But these kids now have the biggest opportunities in the world now because of this right here.
Cell phone.
Cell phones can change your life, good or bad. And so I talk to them about all those situations, what you do on that cell phone. How do you comment on social media? Respect is everything. You know what I mean? If you don't like something, you don't got to like it. Right. It's okay. It don't make you a bad person. But you don't go and comment and disrespect somebody else. Right. You know what I mean? And a lot of times these they call it trolling or whatever, situation. I call it disrespect at all times.
That's their terminology, their lingo. But
correct.
Like you say, it's at the end of the day, it's respect. And I put something on social media yesterday that goes to your point. I said your character and your integrity is your greatest asset.
Correct.
And that can look and defined on however you want to define it.
Correct.
But at the end of the day, on and off the court, that's your greatest asset is your character and integrity. And I like the fact that you drill that into them.
Oh, man.
Because it's a prototype of you. No, you can't take it back.
When you hit posts, It's out there. You could try to erase it, but somebody done screenshotted it already, and now they got it to hold over your head, or they got it to linger around and repost it a situation. And, so when we talk about all those things, how to deal with women. You know what I'm saying? Because especially in 2025,
that's right.
We discuss all those things. You know what I mean? No means no.
Yeah.
And I make sure every Friday, hey. It was weekend time. Y'all kids. I've been a teenager before.
That's right.
See, sometimes I think that we forget we were teenagers. We have been grown since we were 10. You know what I mean? So I try to tell them is that one decision can mess up your whole life.
That's right.
So make good decisions. I understand your hormones raging. I totally understand that. But if she says no, it's no.
Yeah.
You got to get up and walk away.
But that's drilling, and that's, like I said, that's the prototype of your self-reflection.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, they're not going to look at it from the player's name. They're going to look at it.
Correct.
He's on Wesley Green's team.
Correct.
And that's your image. That's your character. That's your integrity. That you have built the legacy of Eustis High School.
Correct.
So fast forward into where we are now with the new season approaching, or
sir.
it's here for you all because you all started.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's talk about it. I have to get this out. This 90-21 on yesterday. This 90-21 with Hope Prep.
Correct. So Hope Prep was built by a friend of mine, actually. He started that program. His name Dwayne Foreman. Me and him grew up together since we was 10 years old. Played AAU together from the time we was 10 to the time we graduated high school. So me and him been great friends forever. So when we scheduled that game, they were really a good team last year. You know what I mean? And so we did the in-school game last year with them also.
Okay.
But he ended up taking a job at South Lake, becoming the South Lake head coach. But due to the money situation, in-school game is going to make money for the program.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what this is about. Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't care who you are, it's about making money. Yeah. Nobody not coming to see anything.
At all.
Yeah, you feel me? If I'm gonna give you my $7, I want something in return. It's just
That's
life.
right.
And so when we scheduled that game, it was scheduled with him being the coach with his players that he had already with the program that he had built. Okay. Well, him and those kids went to South Lake, and so the new coach is a great guy, Coach Garland. I mean no disrespect to him at all, but it's just the way the cookie had crumbled that we already had that schedule and locked in already before he even got there. Okay. And so now the game just was the game. Our boys were just ready. They made shots, and that's how it went. We didn't try to embarrass anybody. No. I subbed my starters in the third quarter. They didn't even play the whole second half. Okay. I let the other kids who are working play. Right. I got 2 freshmen on varsity right now. Keem Little and Juju, which is Jermaine Rome, Nashawn's brother. Mm-hmm. Again, another Eustis kid, Eustis product. And so those kids played, majority of the second half to get them ready for whatever happens. Because, again, we talked about injuries earlier. And so somebody might get hurt. Those kids got to be ready. They got to get reps. They got to get live reps. So when their time comes, they're prepared for the situation.
Well, Coach, hold that thought, because I still have some more about this Hope Prep. We'll be right back.
Drive home your new Lincoln during our summer invitation event. Enjoy 0% for 48 months and 2 years free maintenance on our large selection of 25 Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. Or take $5,000 off remaining 24 Nautilus. Stop in today to see the all-new 25 Navigator, completely redesigned with our most luxurious interior ever, featuring a 48-inch curved display and 24-way massaging seats. Plaza Lincoln in Leesburg, across from the airport. Our drive to be the best starts with you.
All right, Coach. So let's get back to that Hope Prep. I know you don't want to talk too much about
Correct.
it. Like I said, I end up following you all on your last game with
Correct.
them. And across the whole landscape with the coaches, we're seeing it all over Lake County, Orange County.
Correct.
So how did you all go in? I know you went in the mindset of we're going to win, but with the new coach.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure.
Well, with us, it's be where your feet are. You know what I'm saying? We can't be at Vanguard or Miami next week. We got to be right here with Hope.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't take care of your business, it could be a dogfight or you could lose.
Right.
Because anything can happen in basketball. Kid get hot, things change. And so my huge speech to them is we can't worry about nothing but right now. So today at practice, we're done with Hope. That's out of our system. We're focused on Vanguard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We finish Vanguard Saturday and Sunday. We start prepping for the team from Fort Myers, and so on and so on. This is how we work. Just teaching these kids about the work every day. You know what I mean? Some kids come from new programs. We got Kid Daniels who came from Tavares. We got Tyler Green that came from Leesburg. We got E.J. Glover that came from Lake Mineola. And we got Nyree Scarlett that came from Popka. So we got kids that's coming here, migrating to Eustis that's not even from Eustis. But we already had structure and discipline in the other kids. Kyron Rodriguez, who's been there, Earl Young, who's been there, Khalid McNeely, who's been there. These kids been in my program already.
Right.
They seen what Lowe, Javion, them did with the work every day. So it's easy now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So people be like, man, you got them kids on the track, you got them kids on this. It's part of the program. That's a requirement.
And I'm finna get ready to say, because you got the choice where the student can go wherever they want to go and play wherever they want to play.
Correct.
But it's ultimately up to that student where they want to go, and you have built a fantastic program.
Thank you.
So we don't want to ever discredit that. So I think the most important thing is, from looking from outside in, is we have to allow the coaches to be the coach and let the parents sit back and trust the process.
Well, that's a conversation I have first meeting. If you want to coach your child, take him somewhere else, because he can't listen to me and you. You know what I mean? I'm watching the film. I'm putting a scouting report together, and it's like always gonna be right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make mistakes. I make mistakes. I can admit that. I tell them if I say something to them that they didn't do, hey, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Coach wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I can do that because I'm humbled enough to do that, and I understand that I once too played.
That's it.
And I didn't do everything right either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we have to have accountability at all times.
Yeah.
Well, even with me, when I do something wrong, I got to admit that, hey, y'all, I messed up on the scout. The kid can play.
Yeah.
I missed that. I apologize. We lost because I didn't do my job.
Right.
And it's the same thing.
But I think it's oftentimes, a parent didn't fulfill their dreams, so now they're living through their child. Yeah. But I think it's just one of them conversations that we
Of course.
don't
Yeah. No, I understand, but no, some cases true, some cases not.
Yeah.
Some parents just overbearing. It's life. You know what I'm saying? And we all got our children, and whatever our past traumas might have been,
Right.
they're gonna protect their child from those situations.
Absolutely.
But I tell anybody, anytime, if you haven't been through anything, you're not gonna make it in this life.
Right.
If you're gonna let your child suffer through something on his own and figure it out, he's not ready for this real world.
Right.
Because we're gonna go through things, we're gonna go through traumas, we're gonna go through breakups, we're gonna go through death, and we gotta be able to manage those situations and still be a productive citizen in society. And I know that sounds very insensitive, but this is what we reality.
Yep.
It's what we signed up for now. You know what I mean? Like when we grew up, it's a few and far between deaths.
Right.
You got your great-great-grandmama might die, but now it's all the time.
all the time.
And it's all around you. You know what I mean? And so now you got to be grateful for everything you have. We're so grateful to be in this moment right now. We have to be grateful to wake up and our mom and dad and grandma still breathing. We have to be grateful for those things, because what don't get taken for granted, get taken away.
It'll be taken away. And that brings to the bonding, because it seems like your team have a really brotherhood.
Correct.
Oftentimes you don't see that with sports.
Well, we spend a lot of time together. Whether it's going to camp and we've been in one house, ain't nobody going nowhere. We eat dinner at camp, no phones at the table.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're putting these new pieces together every year now. It's not like I have continuity where we're getting the same 10 kids every time. So new kids coming in, and you got to get them out of their shell. Some kids not very talkative. Some people don't, you know what I'm saying? So they all got different personalities.
Right.
So you have to put them together and do situations with them. Again, going to camp. Hey, we go eat dinner, no phones. Leave your phone in your room.
That's that bonding.
You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, man, y'all talk to each other. I don't care what you talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But y'all got to talk to each other. We bring video games. They have the tournaments. They have everything. So we set time together to build those situations. So now when we get into war, they're going to fight with their brothers. You know what I mean? And so those things have to be built. Again, another learning thing for me, because when I grew up, we rolled the balls out.
Yeah.
Play. I'm playing with kids from Orlando, Atlanta, California. We all come with different walks of life. I'm this country boy from Eustis. You know what I'm saying? But we all know basketball. That's our love language.
Right.
And so putting those things together take time, but we all have to figure out what's the most important thing.
Right.
And I'd rather for them to have a bond that they're gonna have for the rest of their life. You know what I mean? Because, these friendships and these times we can never get back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I miss my times playing college basketball. I miss my times playing high school basketball, being with those guys and going to war with those guys. Now coaching is the closest thing I can get to that.
You can get to.
So I take pride in that, And then it takes the staff, too. Like I said, again, I got the best admin in Lake County. Anybody can say what they want to say, but Mr. Clark, Mr. Coach Burgess, Coach Kelsey, Mr. Zimmerman, amazing.
Y'all work. Yeah.
Works. I'm talking about top tier. And so, they don't come over me tell me what to do my program.
Yeah.
My program is ran how I wanted to ran. They know it's going to be structured. They know it's going to be disciplined. The kids going to have a good time. We're going to take care of the kids. We're going to put them in a situation to be successful, and that's what this is about. It's not about me. My career is over. I'm never going to play a meaningful game again. It's all about helping these kids. Getting for where they're trying to go at.
Right.
Rather, like I said, we got a firefighter, ex-firefighter that played for me. I got kids in the military. I treat all of them the
Got to
same.
make you proud because, like you say, it starts from home, but when they leave home, they're coming to you.
Correct.
Not only as an educator, but a coach.
Correct.
And when you look at the landscape, and the first thing I do when I see sports, I look to see how they bond.
Correct.
Because that's going to say a lot about the coach.
Correct.
Because if you see all the other nonsense that I call it, then to me that coach is not doing what they're supposed to do.
And that's a scary part
Yeah.
about the situation because you're getting trusted with young, impressionable minds. You know what I mean? And so, it's times, like I said, I have to be different things. I wish I was just a basketball coach. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got to be a disciplinarian. Yeah. I got to be a psychologist. And I still got to coach basketball. You know what I'm saying? And so those things all come into one person. And it's very difficult. But my staff is, like I said, phenomenal. From Coach Sean, who was in the military, Coach Jab, who has ran businesses, who has ran services. So he's a very able to do all the thing guy. Coach Mike Bedford just came over to pay my board. He's a Eustis basketball player. Jabari Dunham been there, football and basketball. His Dunhams have been in Eustis for forever. So, I got all people who are invested in Eustis kids.
Listen at the lineup. It's
Correct.
It's just one of them sayings that you can't go wrong.
Correct.
I mean, because you have what it takes, not only on the court and off the court. So it's up to that player to actually want to receive it. And that's one thing that I heard the other day. They said you must be willing to receive it. Because oftentimes I can give you something, but do you want it?
Or as the old folks would say when we grew up, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Can't make them drink.
And, like I said, everything starts with foundation.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And then I tell them, everything starts with me for God.
Right.
That's why I was raised. I raised my grandma playing the piano at Gethsemane. I can see her right now. I'm playing in the back, and she give me a mean look, and I stop playing.
You stop.
And so
you already do.
Yeah, so going from there, Gethsemane to Vacation Bible School, we going to see the sick and the shut in, her picking up stuff and all, taking stuff to people. That's where all my philanthropy and my giving come from. It's my grandma Johnson. You know what I mean? We always help others. That's all she ever said. And so she was like, her favorite line is, how you pay for your rent in heaven is how you treat people on earth. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And so, of course, we made mistakes. I'm not here to be perfect, but the structure and my discipline and my foundation of God, my grandma Johnson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't force my God on everybody because everybody's different. I don't get into that part of the situation. Yeah. But my loving part is from my grandmother.
It's from your grandmother.
It's in my mom the same way. Like I said, she come cook for the kids. Like kids that don't have Thanksgiving, they come to my house. Their parents got to work, no problem. Right. No judgment here. I got to bring something. You got to bring nothing. Everything's here.
Everything's here.
Come eat in my house, no problem. Take you to go play. If you got siblings, bring them too. And that's how I conduct my program. That's how I conduct myself. I lead with love. You know what I'm saying? I lead with, hey, man, whatever I can do to help first. And then you get those kids to understand that part, they'll run through these walls for you. But you got to show them first. So, when we grew up, it's you got to give respect.
Right.
Oh, you don't walk in my house without speaking. No, these kids different. You know what I'm saying? So you got to come, different. You got to meet them at their level, right, and then bring them where you want them to go at. Right. And that's how it all starts. And it all starts with first is love. Right. You know what I mean? That's the only thing gonna save us is love. You know what I mean? Because I love my kids. Right now, DeMar Hagan just called me the other day to be a reference for a job interview. I got you. You got no problem. You know what I'm saying? I write recommendation letters. It's all start with love. If we don't give these kids something, like my kids in college, I call them, I text them once every 2 weeks. Yeah. I don't want to be bombarding because you got to grow up too. Hey, boy, how you doing? Everything good? I don't want to talk about basketball.
Yeah.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Well, that's good.
School first, school first, school first, school first.
Well, that's good, Coach Green. I appreciate you stopping in the Sports Hub.
Thank you for
Before
having
I
me.
forget, I saw you pull up in one of them Lincoln Navigators. And you know they're a proud sponsor.
Correct.
Plaza Cadillac and Plaza Lincoln. Shout out to you all. And thank you for being a proud sponsor here at the Sports Hub.
And if y'all want to donate me one, I'm 6'10". I'll take the Aviator or the Lincoln Navigator, please. Thank you very much.
So he already done plugged that in. So
Plaza Lincoln, so y'all just call me. If I appreciate it. Plaza Cadillac too now, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Any one of y'all that want to donate to old Coach Green on a teacher salary, truck, car, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me though.
well, thank you for stopping in. It's always good to see you, and I'm looking forward to the season ahead.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
This has been the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.